for the York Dukes. Batting first and playing left field, number 7, Emmett Dirks. Batting second and playing number 2, Hayden Coffin. Batting third and playing right field, number 4, Jackson Hollock. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 13, Carson Piper. Starting off on the mound and batting fifth is number 12, Jackson Rimple. The catchers batting sixth is number 23, Garrett Hawkendun. The second baseman will bat seventh is number 3, Bryce Colley. The center fielder will bat eighth is number 8, Ashton Demuth. And the third baseman will bat ninth is number 10, Brecken Hirscherfield. And the head coach is Aaron Colliers.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
And now the starting lineup for your Norris Titans. Playing center field and batting first, it's number 8, Tyson Gaina. Playing shortstop and batting second, it's number 24, Bryce Fountain. The catcher's batting third, it's number 5, Alex Small. Batting fourth and playing third base, it's number 20, Trace Fountain. Batting fifth and playing first base, it's number 15, Dominic Copeland.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
The designated hitters batting sixth, it's number 7, Ashton Monroe. Playing right field and batting seventh is number 1, Alex Lewis. The second baseman's batting eighth, it's number still, Bryson Steele. And playing left field and batting ninth is number 18, Maddox Krivolovic. Leading off on the mound is number 2, Lane Druba. The student managers are Bella Hayes, Shailene Sickett, Hallie Meeks, Hudson Ivy, athletic trainers are Chance Hennessy and Blair Strikey. Assistant coaches are Scott Cahoot, John Altman, Will Hayes, Phil Ivy, Aiden Bennett, and Greg Martin. And in his 10th season as head coach, Mr. Sean Bartholomew.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise if able, remove your caps, and turn to the flag to the north at Titan Stadium as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's flash gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red land of us bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's broadcast of high school baseball by NSTV on the Norris Baseball YouTube channel. I'm Mitchell Severson and I'm joined by Owen Axtell, and today we have the York Dukes visiting the beautiful campus of Norris School District to take on the Norris Titans. The away team, of course, is going to be the York Dukes as they come into the game with an 8-5 record with a recent loss against Omaha Bryan. The Dukes are coached by Aaron Conyers and assisted by Dylan Olmstead, Justin Rodriguez, Isaac Stark, Cody Rempel, and Chalk Bowen. The home team is going to be the Norris Titans. Norris comes to the game with an 11-7 record and are on a 2-game losing skid after losing in the EMC Championship to Bennington and then losing yesterday to Gretna East. The Titans are coached by Sean Bartholomew and assisted by Scott Cohote, John Oltman, and Phil Ivey, and Will Hayes and Aiden Bennett and Greg Martin. Capacity crowd here at the new Titans baseball field. Batting for the Dukes here in the top of the first inning, it'll be Emmett Dirks, Hayden Coffin, and Jackson Hollick. It's a nice warm 85 degrees as it's a beautiful day for baseball, isn't it, Owen?
That it is.
It's a little windy, but still a lot of sunglasses, a lot of umbrellas out here for what should be a good game between the Titans and the Dukes. Lane Druba's on the mound for the Titans. He's only a sophomore, second year on varsity. Small will be behind the plate for him. Around the infield, it's Trace Fountain at third, Bryce Fountain at short, Bryson Steele at second, and Dominic Copeland at first. In the outfield and left, it's Maddox Krivolovic. In center, it's Kyson Gana, and in right, it's Alex Lewis. As Emmett Dirks comes to bat for the Dukes. He's the left fielder and wears number 7. The Dukes are in a navy blue and gold uniform, while the Titans are wearing their home navy blues with red. Dirk steps into the box. Small gets set. Druba steps on the mound, and here's the first pitch of the ball game. Dirks looks at strike one, 0-1 the count to Emmett Dirks.
Good spot there by Druba, just on the outside of the plate.
Watch Druba just hit that outside plate, you're right, as he's going to try and paint the corners. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. That one's to center. Gana's rushing in on it. It's going to be Gana who calls everyone off. That was probably closer to the second baseman in all reality. But the center fielder gets control there.
Gana made up a lot of ground covering that ball. But it'll be interesting to see today, slight breeze from the south, how the balls react.
Definitely going to push the ball in more. So that brings to the plate number 2, Hayden Coffin, as he'll look at ball 1 away. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Druba. Swung on and chopped foul back, and that'll make it 1-1 the count now to Hayden Coffin. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Druba. Swung on, foul down the right field line and almost hit a tree there. So it's 1-2 the count now to Hayden Coffin. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Druba. And he strikes Coffin out looking. Big pitch there from Druba on the inside part of the plate.
Right.
Little off speed there.
Really good spot from Druba. If they're able to just paint those corners the entire game, they're in a good spot.
So Jackson Hollick up to bat now, and yeah, you're right. As long as he just kind of stays on the corners, nothing up middle, I think he'll be fine. As Druba comes set, and here's the first pitch to Hollick. He takes ball 1. 1-0 the count to Jackson Hollick, with 2 down already here in the top of the first. As Druba's ready, and here's the 1-0 pitch. In there, strike 1 called. 1-1 the count now to Jackson Hollick, who wears number 4 for the Dukes. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2, as Hollick was way behind that one. So Hollick chokes up on the bat. And here's the 1-2 pitch from Druba. Grounded down the first base line, but foul. And the count will remain the same. It was 1-2, as Druba's worked very effectively so far here in the first inning.
Yeah, he has.
2 quick outs and only 10 pitches so far for the sophomore. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hollick looks high, ball 2. 2-2 the count now to Jackson Hollick, with Carson Piper waiting on deck for the Dukes. Druba's ready. Looks for the sign, and here's the 2-2 pitch. Hollick looks high, ball 3. 3-2 the count now to Jackson Hollick, the right fielder today for the Dukes. And here's the payoff pitch. And Hollick gets away from Druba as he comes back from a 1-2 count to a get the walk, as that brings to plate number 13, Carson Piper. Great piece of hitting there for Jackson Hollick. Just laying off fastballs. Just laying off pitches out of the zone. So Piper up to bat now for the Dukes. He wears number 13. He's playing first base, and the first pitch is Piper's way behind that one. So strike 1, 0-1 the count to Carson Piper.
First pitch fastball is always a good start for the pitcher.
And I think he started all but that one at bat to Coffin with a strike, as that one's hit up the middle. Fountain makes a good grab at it, flips it to second for in time for the third out of the inning. And heading into the bottom of the first inning, it's Titans 0, Dukes 0. So here we are in the bottom of the first inning, and it's Kyson Gaina, Bryce Fountain, and Alex Small up to face the pitcher. Number 12, Jackson Rempel, only a freshman, as Kyson Gaina swings and misses at strike 1. Rempel on the year in his freshman season has a 1.35 ERA and is 1-1 on the year in 5 appearances. Not bad for only a freshman. Grounded to the third baseman. He's got it over in time for the first out of the inning.
Gain was a bit inside there on that pitch. Caused a slower ground ball to third to make the play and out.
And here comes the song that Bryce Fountain has chosen for his walk-up has kind of become a fan favorite, because you can see some of the fans were clapping along, and the dugout was definitely clapping along. As that one's hitting to center field, the center fielder's coming in and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs already, as Alex Small comes to the plate for the Titans.
Number 5, Alex Small. Let's go.
So Rempel comes set, and here's the first pitch to Alex Small. Small takes high and tight, ball 1. 1-0 the count to the senior and Alex Small. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Small takes inside again, ball 2. 2-0 the count to Alex Small. Small calls time, readjusts, and steps back in the box. And here's the 2-0 pitch. He's going to look low at ball 3. 3-0 the count out to Alex Small.
Let's see if he walks him here.
In there, strike 1 to Small. Rempel has 19 strikeouts on the year. And I think this kid's going to be pretty good. He's only a freshman.
Oh, yeah. It's really impressive, actually.
And starting for the Dukes, 1.35 ERAs. That one's line past the third baseman, and we'll head into left field. Small's going to round first. He will stop at first. And the Titans have a runner on and 2 outs for Trace Fountain.
Good hit there down the line by Small.
And your courtesy run, number 11, Eric
Caused the
Powell.
third baseman to make a tough play. Just couldn't get there quite in time.
A sophomore, number 20, Trace Fountain.
So in a courtesy run, I can't tell. I can't see the number. I think that's number 11. Aaron Gettle, yeah, it looks like Gettle out there. And that one's gonna hit Trace Fountain on the head. So just like that, after getting 2 outs early, the Titans have runners on first and second and 2 outs still.
Now batting, a sophomore, number 15, Dominic Copeland.
So Dominic Copeland steps in the box as Rempel steps back on the mound here. See how he takes runners in scoring position. As he hits that one, that's Copeland to the shortstop. He's got it over to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. The Titans get a couple of runners aboard, but can't cash in. And heading into the top of the 2nd inning, it's the Titans 0, Duke 0. So here we are on the top of the 2nd inning, as it'll be the pitcher in Jackson Rempel, followed by Hagendun and Colley.
See if the Titans can stop York again like they did first inning to go and hit and try to get some runs up on them.
I agree. Druba pitched very well in that inning, too. First team on the board usually wins, as Rempel's going to take ball 1. 1-0 the count to Jackson Rempel. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled. Hits the netting, and that'll be strike 1. 1-1 the count now to Jackson Rempel. So Druba is ready, and here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled in about the same spot, and it's 1-2 the count out of Jackson Rempel.
I guess that's one way to get up on them with strikes anyway.
I mean, it doesn't matter how you get the strikes, whether swinging looking or fouled off. And here's the 1-2 pitch. And he got him looking right there on the edge of the plate there. Druba with his second strikeout of the afternoon.
Great spot there by the pitcher. He's doing really good on balls too. I think he's only thrown maybe 6.
Yeah, that sounds about right. As Garrett Hagendun comes up to the plate. As he looks at strike 1. I don't know if they're just not seeing that fastball or is he just placing it just right.
Yeah, I think so.
Because that one looked good from my angle here. We're about right behind home plate. That one was just a little bit low as it's 1-1 the count out of Hagendun.
But if it's working for him and he keeps just painting that outside corner, I think he'll get a lot
just
of
keep
them.
pumping fastballs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count out of Hagendun. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit into the left field, and that'll be a single for Garrett Hagendun.
Hard grounder there between third and shortstop. Just couldn't get it enough.
So that brings to the plate number 3, Bryce Colley. And courtesy running for Hagendun is going to be number 11, Wyatt Hoffman. So 1 on, 1 out for the Dukes here in the top half of the second. As Druba's going to step off the mound here. Readjusts, and he's ready and comes set. And here's the first pitch to Colley. Just a low ball, 1-0 the count to Colley. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Bryce Colley. Swung on, hit in the air. This should be playable as the second baseman Steele wanders over and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So that brings to the plate number 8, Ashlyn Denmuth. Here's the first pitch. Low ball 1-0 the count to Ashlyn Demuth. Here's the 1-0 pitch as Demuth looks outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count now to the center fielder today for the Dukes. Druba steps back on the mound as the righty comes set, and here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. This is playable as the shortstop in Bryce Fountain. Oh no, it's the second baseman, Bryson Steele. I lost track of it. As that'll end the top half of the second inning and heading into the third. Bottom of the second. Will I get the inning right today, maybe? I don't know. Heading into the bottom of the second inning, it's Titans 0, Dukes 0. So here we are in the bottom of the second inning as it's the sophomore Ashton Monroe coming to the plate for the Titans.
behind. First ball against him, just outside.
One-zero pitch to Monroe is swung on and fouled off, and it's 1-1 the count out of Monroe. Lewis on deck for the Titans as Rempel is ready, and here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit to the shortstop. He's got it over to first in time for the first out of the inning. So that's Coffin over there at short.
A senior, number 1, Alex Lewis.
So Alex Lewis is going to come to the plate for the Titans. And here's the first pitch to Lewis as he looks at a big off-speed pitch for strike one. 0-1 the count to Alex Lewis.
Really good pitch there by the pitcher. Just painted that outside corner.
1-1 the count out of Lewis. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Rempel. Swung on, screamed down the left field line. That's a fair ball. That'll roll into the corner. Lewis is going to dig for extra bases. He's going to get in there with a stand-up double. And the Titans have a runner in scoring position and only 1 out.
Great hit there by Lewis, just down the line. Left fielder was a bit far away. And
couldn't have placed it any better. As number 6, Bryson Steele, comes to the plate for the Titans. He's the second baseman and made 2 outs last inning. Here's the first pitch to Steele. Swung on and fouled off, and the count will move to 0-1 against Bryson Steele. Rempel comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit to left field. That'll get down. Lewis is going to get held at third, and it'll be runners at the corners and 1 out.
about the same spot as Lewis hit it. Just didn't go as far. Still got a single out of it and advance the runner to
Definitely
third.
looks like the left fielder, Emmett Dirks, shaded towards the foul line a little bit more.
Yeah.
Step or two. As number 18, Maddox Krivolovic, steps in the batter's box he's a lefty. Adds a little variety to the lineup as the pickoff attempt at first. Steele gets back safely. So Rempel in a little bit of trouble again here, with a runner in scoring position and a runner at first and 1 out. And here's the first pitch as Krivolovic shows bunt. He'll get the run across as in the sack bunt, as Rempel thought about going home there for a second, but wasn't able to make a play at the plate. And so it'll be runner on second now and 2 outs. Definitely a great job there by Krivolovic getting that run home. So in the top of the lineup in Kyson Gaina, coming to bat, the UNL football walk-on. Here's the first pitch to Gaina as he lines this one to the leaping third baseman, Hirschfield, who made the grab there.
Great play by the third baseman there.
Played it perfectly, and heading into the top of the third inning, the Titans do get on the board as it's 1-0. So number 10, Brecken Hirschfield coming to the plate for the Dukes.
Great spot there by Druba, kind of inside there, forcing the batter to either swing or take a strike.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Great analysis there. Is that strike 2? Strike 2 now to Hirschfield. Sorry, we're dealing with a little technical issues on our end, on my end. You're doing fine. I'm dealing with the iPad here as Druba gets a strikeout. That's just not cooperating all the best. So I'll try and keep up.
And up to bat for the Dukes, number 7, Emmett Dirks.
Dirks is going to look at strike 1 there.
Another outside strike there by Druba. Seems to be liking that pitch and just living at that spot.
Swung on, hit to the shortstop, Bryce found. He's got it over to first, and it's 2 quick outs already for Lane Druba.
Close play there, though, at first. First baseman had to kind of stretch for that one to get him out.
So now 2 down for Hayden Coffin, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking back in the first inning. Here's the first pitch.
Another strike there for Lane Druba.
Swung on, hit up the middle, and that'll be a base hit for Hayden Coffin.
So line drive there over the second baseman's head. Good hit there by the Dukes.
So Jackson Hollick up to bat now for the Dukes as he looks at strike 1. 0-1 the count to Jackson Hollick.
Good spot there, lone away.
Strike 2 there now to Hollick. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Druba. A little half swing foul into the netting. And the count will remain the same at 0-2. Druba comes set. And here's the 0-2 pitch. As Coffin was on the move. But will come back after the foul ball. Carson Piper on deck for the Dukes. As the Dukes are down 1-0 to the Titans. Thanks to a sac bunt from Maddox Krivolovic back in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Druba. Foul tipped in the glove, and it'll be another strikeout for Lane Druba. And heading into the bottom of the third inning, it's Titans 1, Dukes 0. Okay, I found the... So here we are in the bottom of the third inning, as it'll be 2-3-4 up to bat for the Titans, and Bryce Fountain and Alex Small and Trace Fountain, as the entire crowd is clapping along to Bryce Fountain's music. First pitch to Bryce Fountain is taken for strike one. So 1-1 the count out of Bryce Fountain. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In there, strike two called. 1-2 the count out of Bryce Fountain.
Another curveball looked like there. Good pitch.
Swung on and fouled off. And it'll hit off the track and bounce weirdly. So the count will remain the same at 1-2.
Another high foul ball there by Bryce.
And the catcher appears he can get under it, and he will make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Ball is out to the catcher. Now batting a senior, number 5, Alex Small.
So Alex Small up to bat now for the Titans. First pitch to Small is taken ball 1. 1-0 the count to Alex Small.
Just a bit high there.
In there, strike one. 1-1 the count now to Small, as that one got a bit away from the catcher a little bit. Swung on and missed, strike two. 1-2 the count out of Alex Small. Small is sandwiched in the lineup between Bryce and Trace Fountain, as here comes the 1-2 pitch. Inside, ball 2. 2-2 the count out of Alex Small. Here's the 2-2 pitch as he goes down low, gets it into fair territory, and the Titans will have a runner on with one out here.
Another good hit there by the Titans. I think because of last inning with those other two down the line, left fielder's playing a bit to the left.
Green, he did a great job just kind of going with the pitch there, not trying to do too much with it. As Trace Fountain comes with the bat, and Aaron Gettle is going to be courtesy running for Small. So Fountain comes up the plate. He got hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Pickoff attempt at first. Gettle gets back safely. So Rempel comes set, and here's the first pitch. Foul off, and the count will move to 0-1 against Trace Fountain. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Gettle dances off first there. Almost pickoff attempt from the catcher, as the count's now 1-1 to Trace Fountain. Here's the 1-1 pitch. big swing and got a little piece of it, as that makes it 1-2 now to Trace Fountain. Pickoff attempt at first. Gettle gets back safely. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Rempel. Fouled off, and the count will remain the same at 1-2. Rempel comes set. Takes a peek at Gettle. Gettle's on the move, and Fountain's going to strike out. But Gettle will take second base there, so it's a runner in scoring position, and 2 outs for number 15, Dominic Copeland.
Number 15, Dominic.
Gotta tell you though, Jackson Rempel, he's got a gross curveball.
Yeah, it's got a lot of horizontal movement and a lot of vertical movement. You can see why he's got a 1.35 ERA.
Yeah.
It's just a freshman. Bright future for this kid from York.
Uh-huh.
As Copeland's going to look at ball 1. Copeland grounded out to the shortstop to end the first inning. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count now to Copeland. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Rempel. Pickoff attempt at second. Gettle gets back safely, as that one was a close play there at second.
Yeah, Gettle right there. You got a huge lead. Kind of taking the attention away from the pitcher and catcher.
Gettle's definitely a threat to steal, as here's the 2-0 pitch. Low ball 3. 3-0 the count now to Copeland. And here's the 3-0 pitch from Rempel. As Copeland will look at ball 1. Smart move to there in a 3-0 count.
You don't always got to swing when you see a strike, especially in a 3-0 count like that.
And ball 4 to Copeland. And that'll put 2 on for Ashton Monroe with runners on first and second.
Another curveball there by number 12. Just wasn't able to get it in for a strike there.
First pitch to Monroe is taken for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Ashton Monroe. Rempel comes set. Here's the big 1-0 pitch. In there, strike 1 called. 1-1 the count now against Ashton Monroe. Two and 1 the count now against Monroe, as that one was outside. Rempel comes set, and here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. This one could be playable. First baseman's drifting over, and the wind just puts it in the York bullpen, but not by much. As the count will now be 2-2 against Ashton Monroe. with Alex Lewis waiting on deck.
Rose may be able to put something in play here. You probably score a couple runs.
Titans definitely looking to expand their lead there here. Only up by 1. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit about right behind me.
Please return all foul balls to the third base dugout.
Landed about 10 feet behind me. I might have had a play at that one. So the count will remain the same at 2-2. As Rempel comes set, and here's the 2-2 pitch. As he gets on this one's playable. Right fielder's going to come in a couple steps and make the grab for the third out of the inning. Titans get a couple more runners on, but aren't able to capitalize. And heading into the top of the 4th, it's Titans 1, Dukes 0. So Carson Piper will lead off the inning for the Dukes. He'll be followed by Jackson Rempel and Garrett Hagendon. So Druba's ready, and here's the first pitch. Swung on and fouled off, and the count will be 0-1 to Carson Piper. So Druba's ready. Now here's the 0-1 pitch. Druba's been working pretty quickly today.
Oh yeah, he has. Quick wind up, quick release. York just a bit late on him.
Definitely set the tempo as here's the 0-2 pitch from Druba. I just got to get everything caught back up. So that brings to the plate Jackson Rempel. As I didn't see what happened there with
Just
Piper. I was talking back to the studio.
grounded to second, throw to first, got the out.
Thank you. So fouled off, and it's 0-1 the count to Rempel, who struck out looking back in the second inning. Here's 1-1 the count to Rempel now. That one's fouled off and out of play. So the count will move to 1-2 now to Jackson Rempel. That one's also going to be hit foul, as the count will remain the same at 1-2. Ton of fouls already hit so far today.
Mm-hmm. I have to make this net a little higher.
As that one's also going to get out of play. So it's going to still be 1-2.
And it looks like Blue just ran out of a few game balls again.
Definitely need to give some incentive to, return back to the concession stand, maybe get like a lollipop or something. How it was back in the old days. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Druba. And that one's going to be way inside. Good duck there by Rempel. And the count will move to 2-2.
All right, great job by him by getting the bat down too, just in case.
Fouled off, and the counter will remain the same at 2-2.
Great battle here, though, by number 12.
As that was the 7th pitch of the at-bat. As Druba's ready. And here's the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Rempel's going to foul it off. And the count's going to remain the same at. So here's the 2-2 pitch. And he's going to look outside. Ball 3. Full count now to Jackson Rempel. As he's going to look at 10 pitches in this at-bat. Definitely the longest at-bat of the game so far. And here's the payoff pitch. And that one's going to be fouled off. And they'll do it again. So that one just got over the concession stand there. Here's the payoff pitch. And that one's going to be fouled again as Small's not unable to grab that foul tip. And that'll be the 11th pitch of the at-bat. So here comes pitch number 12 to Jackson Rempel. And Jackson Rempel wins the marathon of the at-bat with a walk. And that'll bring to the plate number 23, Garrett Hagendun. And it'll be number 17, Owen Piper, coming to courtesy run. And I'm just looking at the York Dukes roster here for baseball. I'm seeing a lot of freshmen here, Owen. A lot of freshmen and sophomores. Not a lot of seniors, not a lot of juniors. This is definitely a young team.
Quite interesting.
Definitely a team to watch in the future. I agree, quite interesting to watch, as they're above 500 in Class B baseball. Swung on, hit to the second baseman. Steele gets past the diving glove. Piper's going to stop at second, and it'll be a single after 12 pitches to Rempel. Hagendun takes the first pitch he sees and gets a base hit out of it. As that brings to plate number 3, Bryce Calle. Number 11, Wyatt Hoffman in a courtesy run for Hagendun.
Hopefully York can get a hit here, maybe score somebody, so it'd go back to 1-1.
I agree, definitely. York definitely looking to get some runs on the board here against Druba. Here's the first pitch to. He's got it on a bunt, and it's bobbled by Druba, and everyone will be safe. And so just like that, after a 12-pitch at-bat to Rempel, a single and 2 pitches later, basically, a single and a bunt that turned out to be an error, bunt single. And the bases are loaded for Ashlyn DeMuth. And this game could get interesting in a hurry.
Good. He's still got 1 out. And just be careful not to turn it into a double play. But if you get it over somebody's head, it'll be huge.
Titans are playing at double play depth as DeMuth swings at strike 1. And a big spot here for the sophomore pitcher in Lane Druba. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 0-2, the count now to Ashlyn DeMuth. Here's the 0-2 pitch. In there, strike 3 right on the edge of the plate. And a big strikeout there from Druba.
Looks like Small was setting up out there on the other batter's box, just try and get him outside and paid off.
He hit the glove perfectly there. I don't think
yeah.
Small had to move it. As Brecken Hirschfield comes up to bat for the Dukes, see if he can get a runner across. Swung on and fouled. And that one looked like it landed on the soccer field. So 0-1 the count to Hirschfield. He batted last inning. He struck out. So he's 0 for 1 on the day. And here's the 0-1 pitch. High ball one. Great grab there from Alex Small, as that one definitely wasn't in the right spot there. Definitely snuck out, snuck up on Small. Small, a UNO baseball commit. And here's the 1-1 pitch from Druba. High ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Hirschfield, as Druba is in a no-walk situation. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Druba. And that's high and away, ball 3. 3-1 the count now to Brecken Hirschfield, as the Dukes are 1 pitch away from tying this ball game up. In there, strike 2 called. 3-2 the count now to Hirschfield, as something will happen on this next pitch. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 3-2 in a 1-0 game, the type of situation young kids dream of. And here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Lane Druba puts himself in a jam and gets himself out of it with 2 strikeouts, as the Dukes strand 3 in the top of the 4th, and heading into the bottom of the 4th, it's the Titans 1, the Dukes 0. So here we are in the bottom of the 4th inning, and it'll be Alex Lewis, Bryson Steele, and Maddox Krivolovic batting in the 4th. Here's the first pitch from Rempel, as he looks at ball 1. 1-0 the count to Alex Lewis, as he had the best hit against Rempel so far today with a double. Swung on and fouled off, and the count's now 1-1 to Alex Lewis. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Alex Lewis. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Rempel, and he'll look at strike 2. 2-2 the count now to Alex Lewis on that nasty curveball that he has.
Let's see if Lewis can maybe hit into the left center gap, because left fielder's playing close to the line.
2-2 pitch,
there.
went up fastball, and it hit off his shoe. Second baseman's got it. Let's see if he can get it over in time, and just barely did.
Nice play there by the second baseman.
Really good job there by the second baseman, Cole. And so that'll bring the plate number 6, Bryson Steele. Steele singled in his first at-bat back in the second inning. Here's the first pitch to Bryson Steele. He'll take low ball 1-0 at the count now to Bryson Steele. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Rempel. Swung on, basically punched that into center field, as that'll be caught by the center fielder DeMuth. And that hit, he basically had to punch that in the center
fielder. Kind of off his
fielder.
knuckles there, but nice fly ball there. Just ball wasn't able to get down.
I would definitely want to see a longer at bat from Krivolovic here, or get a hit or something, keep the inning rolling, just to give Druba a little rest. Because right now all the momentum's in favor of the York Dukes. As Krivolovic will look at ball 1-0 at the count to Maddox Krivolovic. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Rempel. Swung on, hit to the second baseman. He's got it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Dukes. And not a lot of pitches from Rempel. And heading into the top of the fifth, it's the Titans 1, the Dukes 0. So here we are in the top of the fifth inning, and it's 1-2-3 for the Dukes and Emmett Dirks, Hayden Coffin, and Jackson Hollick. As the York dugout's starting to get a little chipper, starting to come alive after that 12th pitch at back to Rempel back in the fourth inning. As Dirks is going to look at strike one. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out to the center fielder in the first and a ground out to the shortstop in the third.
Let's see if York can put something together just like they did last inning. Maybe get a couple runs.
Dirk's going to take inside ball 1-1 against Dirk.
Good eye there by number 7.
It'll be interesting to see how Druba takes that short break after a really long inning, as that one's hit into center field, more like smoked into center field, as it'll be a base hit for Dirks. That brings to plate number 2, Hayden Coffin. Coffin is 1 for 2 with a single in the third and a strikeout in the first, as Dirks will get his lead off first. And great block there from Small. Dirks is on the move. Throw down to short. Great job there by Fountain, as Dirks will get in there. It was going to be a close play.
Yeah.
Either way, ball, I don't know, it just seemed to move further outside. I don't know. The wind probably didn't affect it all that much. But definitely a tough play there.
Yeah, kind of spun out of his glove at the last second. Runner kind of hesitated and then went and was able to get there in time.
So Dirks gets past ball as Coffin shows bunt, and Dirks will get to third, as this time Lane Druba gets the bunt on the sack bunt.
brings
So just like that, 2 pitches later, and the Dukes have a runner on third and 2 outs as Jackson Hollick comes to the plate for the Dukes.
Good sack bunt by the Dukes there. Got a runner in third now. Good position.
As it's sorry, there's only 1 out in the inning. As it's 1-0 the count to Jackson Hollick.
Kind of a check swing there. He's able to hold back.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. High ball 2, 2-0 the count now to Jackson Hollick as the Duke dugout is reacting to every pitch thrown.
Close ball there by Druba. Just a little high.
Two and 0 the count to Jackson Hollick. As he's going to look at just high ball 3, 3-0 the count now to Jackson Hollick.
Hollick's in a good spot here. He can watch for a strike or a ball. He can hit perfect pitch if he wanted to. Maybe score the runner on third.
Fouled off, and the count will move to 3-1 now against Jackson Hollick. Drew was definitely going to need some magic he had back in the 4th inning to get out of this jam. Infield's playing in, hoping to get Dirks at home. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 3-2 the count now to Jackson Hollick. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And Hollick is going to look at ball 4. And the Dukes have runners on the corners and 1 out for Carson Piper, number 13 for York today. Druba at 78 pitches so far today. Here's the first pitch from Druba. Swung on and fouled off, and the count will move to 0-1 against Carson Piper. Titans are going to be looking to turn 2 here, get out of this inning. As here's the 0-1 pitch from Druba. Swung on, that's going to play to run, and that'll get into the right center field gap. It's going to be cut off by Alex Lewis. Hollick is going to go from first to third, and here the York Duke fans cheering. They are on their feet.
Great hit there. Just right into the right center gap. Able to score a run, advance the runner from first.
And this might be Druba's day as Coach Bartholomew's coming out of the Titans dugout, and it will be Druba's day as he's going to take the ball after Druba goes 4 1/3, only has allowed so far 1 run, but he's responsible for the runners on the corners. And it looks like they're going to bring in the senior number 10, Carson Ibsen, in to pitch. One of the Titans' best high leverage relievers they have.
Now in the pitch for the Titans, number 10, Carson Ibsen.
So Carson Ibsen into the game, and he's in a tough spot already. One down, runners on the corners, and already one in for the Dukes. Some stats here on Carson Ibsen. He's got a 1.50 ERA, 4 appearances so far, no wins, no losses. He has not started a game. He's pitched 4.2 innings this year for the Titans, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs. That one of those was earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for the senior. So Jackson Rempel comes up to the plate for the Dukes. So he's going to look at strike 1.
Good spot there by Ibsen.
0-2 the count now to Rempel. Rempel kind of started this all off for the Dukes, as he had that long 12-pitch at bat back last inning, 4th. And so that one's in the dirt. Great block there by Small, keeping the game tied at 1 as it's 1-2 the count now to Rempel. So Ibsen comes set. Runners take their lead, and here's the 1-2 pitch from the senior. Fouled off, and Rempel's gonna stay alive.
See if Ibsen can put together another couple outs here to save the Titans from possibly another run.
Let's see, and here's the 1-2 pitch as Rempel takes inside, ball 2. 2-2 the count now to the freshman in Jackson Rempel, who's got the plate discipline that you'd expect from like a senior, especially in this tough spot. Foul off, and the count will remain the same at 2-2. He's just good at making contact with the ball. That's his. He's hit a ton of foul balls today. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Ibsen's gonna go inside on Rempel and sets him down for the second out of the inning. That brings plate number 23, Garrett Hagendorn, who's 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. So definitely the guy you want up here in this big situation here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's first pitch to Hagendorn. Swung on and missed, strike 1. 0-1 the count to Garrett Hagendorn. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on a line down the left field line, but foul, and the count will move to 0-2 against Hagendorn here.
Good pull there by number 23. Just couldn't quite get fair there.
Definitely a pitch to hit for Hagendorn. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Low ball 1. 1-2 the count now to Hagendorn. As Dirks, who's been standing there for a long time at third, is anxious to come home. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Carson Ibsen comes in and does his job, gets 2 strikeouts, and heading into the bottom of the 5th. It's the Titans 1, the Dukes 1. So here we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be 1-2-3 for the Titans, and Kyson Gaina, Bryce Fountain, and Alex Small. Gaina's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a line out. Has not batted since the 2nd. He shows bunt. He's going to pull it back, and it'll be ball 1 as Hagen thought it was a strike. He looked over to the York dugout. See their reaction. 1-0 the count to Kyson Gaina, and here's the 1-0 pitch from Jackson Rempel. In there, strike 1, 1-1 the count out to Gaina.
Interesting first strike approach there by Gaina, though, showing bunt.
Definitely trying to swing some momentum if he could have gotten on. As that one's fouled out of play, 1-2 the count out of Kyson Gaina. Swung on line down the line, and the count will remain the same at 1-2. As pitcher Jackson Rempel only at 58 pitches so far, as that one's hitting the center, but the center fielder DeMuth is right there and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Didn't even have to move for DeMuth. That brings the plate number 24, Bryce Fountain. Fountain's 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out to the center fielder in the 1st and a pop out to the catcher in the 2nd. As he's going to ground that one to the 3rd baseman, makes a diving grab. He's got it over to 1st in time for the 2nd out of the inning. Great pick there by the 1st baseman, Carson Piper.
All right, big time play there by the 3rd baseman. Close play over there by 1st, but was able to get the pick.
It's been another quick inning so far from Rempel. 2 outs already and only 6 pitches thrown. He's retired 6 straight Titans batters now. As Alex Small steps in the box, he's been on twice with a walk and a single. As he hits this one into the air. 2nd baseman in after it. He's under it, makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. And the Titans go down 1-2-3 very quickly in the bottom of the 5th inning, and heading into the top of the 6th, it's still all tied at 1. So here we are in the top of the 6th inning, and it'll be 7-8-9 for the Dukes and Bryce Cawley, Ashlyn DeMuth, and Brecken Hirschfield. Here's the first pitch to Cawley, swung on and fouled off. And the count will move to 0-1 against Bryce Cawley.
Let's see if Ibsen can keep up his relief pitching and keep striking.
That's right, he got out of a jam back there in the 5th, as that one's going to be looked at as strike 2. And the York fans did not like that call, Owen. You can hear several groans from the Duke fans. And here's the 0-2 pitch. In there, strike 3 called. And Ibsen's now struck out, I should say. All 3 batters he's faced so far. That time looking. As that brings to plate number 8, Ashlyn DeMuth. He flew out to the second baseman back in the 2nd and struck out in the 4th.
Really impressive start here by Ibsen.
As DeMuth will look outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Ashlyn DeMuth. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In there, strike 1 called. 1-1 the count now to DeMuth, with Brecken Hirschfield waiting on deck in the York. And that one's hit to center field. Gain is under it, makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. First fair contact against Ibsen for York, and that brings to plate number 10, Brecken Hirschfield. Hirschfield's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the 3rd and a strikeout in the 4th. Here's the first pitch to Hirschfield as he looks high, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Brecken Hirschfield. Swung on and fouled off, and the count will move to 1-1 against Hirschfield. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Ibsen. Swung on and missed, strike 2, as Hirschfield was way behind that one. As it's now 1-2 the count now to Brecken Hirschfield at the top of the lineup, and Emmett Dirks waiting on deck. And here's the 1-2 pitch from Ibsen as he spikes that one in the dirt. And the count will move to 2-2 now against Hirschfield, who coming into the game was batting .290. And here's the 2-2 pitch. In there, strike 3 called. So out of the 5 batters Ibsen has faced, he struck out 4. And so heading into the bottom of the 6th, it's the Titans 1, the Dukes 1. So here we are in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's the Titans 1, the Dukes 1. And it'll be 4-5-6 for the Titans, and Trace Fountain, Dominic Copeland, and Ashton Monroe. Trace Fountains hit by a pitch in the first and strikeout in the third, and that'll get through the legs as that'll roll into left center field. Trace Fountains going to dig for second, and he's in there off the error from the shortstop in Coffin. So the Titans have the leadoff runner on. And Dominic Copeland up to bat for the Titans.
Kind of a lucky hit there by Trace Fountain. Shortstop with the error. Was able to get a double off that, so it's really good for the Titans.
Because that was just a nice soft roller, and they just didn't come up with it. So here's the first pitch to Copeland. As he shows bunt, pulls it back for ball one. So ball one to Copeland. It's a 1-0 count.
Dominic was able to just pull away at the last second there with his bunt.
So So 3-0 the count to Copeland.
Looking for a perfect pitch here. And 3-1 to Copeland.
3-1 to Copeland now, with Fountain on second. And nobody out. Big opportunity for the Titans as you can see the first baseman come in, and that one's bunted foul. 3-2 the count now too.
Ball kind of hit the
Dominic
bottom of the
Copeland.
barrel there.
As you can see the first baseman Piper crashing in. Don't expect to see a bunt here. Owen with a full count, 2 strikes on him. Don't usually see a bunt. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, hit down the left field line. That'll get down for a base hit. They're going to hold Trace Fountain at third. That's a wise move there. And Dominic Copeland with a single to put runners on the corners and nobody out. Big opportunity for the Titans, and they're going to bring in a sub, and it's going to be number 12, Caden Kraft, up to bat for the Titans.
All throughout this game, we've seen a lot of Titans hits go down to the left field line, and it's paid off for them so far.
So Kraft looking for a big hit here. Kraft is batting .188 on the year, but has been one of the Titans' most clutch hitters as he swings and fouls one off for strike one. 0-1 the count to Caden Kraft as he's got 6 hits and 32 at-bats, 4 runs, 5 RBIs, and a home run. And the senior's coming in a big spot here with runners at the corners and nobody out. So Rempel is going to check first. He's going to come set, and here's the 0-1 pitch to Caden Kraft as pickoff attempt. Copeland gets back safely. So Rempel's come set, and here's the 0-1 pitch to Caden Kraft. And that one's going to hit the other way into right field. It'll be a base hit, and the Titans retake the lead thanks to an RBI pinch hit single from Caden Kraft. And the Titans have the lead again.
Great hit there by Caden. Scoring the runner from third, advancing the one on first to second. Put the Titans in a good spot here.
Great piece of hitting there too, not doing too much with it, just kind of going the other way with it. Definitely hit the gap there, definitely.
Yeah.
Gonna look for Kraft to pull the ball.
Kind of surprised York there a bit, maybe. With all the balls pulled during this game and just the one he went oppo, it paid off.
And that'll hurt them a lot. Now they're down by 1 and they got 3 outs as they'll have the top of the 7th only. to get that 1 run back, as they're going to stay with Rempel in the game after an error and 2 consecutive hits. And Alex Lewis, who already has a double against Rempel so far today, double and a run. So they're going to trust the freshman in the big spot here. As Jackson Rempel will step on the mound. Lewis is ready in the box, and here's the first pitch to Alex Lewis. Infield's playing way in, as Lewis showed bunt there, wasn't able to get it down, so strike 1, 0-1 the count to Alex Lewis. Rempel comes set. Lewis already showing bunt again, and Copeland's gonna go back to second as Rempel tried to look to pick him off there.
Unable to throw it though. Shortstop or second base wasn't there.
Lewis shows bunt again, pulls it back. Almost went there on a swing. And so it's 1-1 now to Lewis.
Kind of showed bunt there, pulled back, check swinged, and just didn't go all the way there.
Kind of a smart play there, especially since the first baseman, number 13, Piper, is playing way in as he shows bunt again, and he bunts this one foul. And the count will move to 1-2 now against Alex Lewis.
Titans are just focused on putting more runners into the scoring position. And I think Bryson Steele's up next. Try to get him to hit him home.
Swung on, hit in the air. This one's going to be a tough play for the left fielders. He's going to come in and make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Kind of a high fly ball there. The wind pushed it more in, and number 7 was able to make a play.
Definitely was going to be a harder play to make there. Especially with the wind here. It's really blowing here at the new Titans Activities Complex. As Bryson Steele steps in the box with a single in the second and a fly out to the center fielder in the 4th. Infield's playing in again, and the Titans are going to, he was showing bunt as that one's grounded. Foul ball, just foul. As that one just curve foul right at the third base bag there.
Really close hit there.
Oh, 0-1 the count to Bryson Steele. As Rempel comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. And the count will move to 0-2 against Bryson Steele. Rempel steps on the mound. And he comes set, and here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to left. This one's going to aim for the gap. The left fielder, center fielder's there to make the catch. Almost miscommunication there. They almost ran into each other.
Yeah, that could have been pretty badly for the Dukes. They needed that out, and luckily they got it.
So now it comes down to Maddox Krivolovic, who already has an RBI today, but a sac bunt, and a ground out to the second baseman. And I believe he's the only lefty in the order left for the Titans. Swung on and fouled down the first base line. Then he barreled that one up.
Yeah, really pulled that one there. Just wasn't able to get into fair territory.
So Krivolovic will step back into the box with an 0-1 count against him. As Rempel comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch, and he's going to look at strike 2. Just good location there from Rempel on the outside part of the plate, as he's now at 78 pitches and 7 straight strikes for the freshman. Swung on, hit to the first baseman. He's got it. Over to first, he's going to jog and take it himself to the bag. The Titans do get the job done and get 1 run back against the Dukes. And heading into the top of the 7th, the Titans have the lead 2-1. So it's a big spot here for the relief pitcher, Carson Ibsen, as it'll be 1, 2, 3 in the order for the Dukes, and their best shot at getting another run to tie the game up and possibly send this game into extras. As Dirks, he comes in with a 398, 389 average before the game today. As number 11, Alex Lewis, will jog out there to... No, that's Aaron Gettle. He's going to jog out there into center field. Looks like they're going to shift Gaina to left and bring Krivolovic in.
Now in the play center field, number 11, Aaron Gettle.
So Gettle in center now. Gaina in left, Lewis in right. Dirks will step into the box as they're going to get ready to go here. Dirks has 14 hits and 36 at-bats, 19 runs, 11 RBIs, 4 doubles, a triple, and a home run as he takes strike one, win one against Emmett Dirks. Ibsen comes set. He's ready, and here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike two. 0-2 the count now against Emmett Dirks.
Kind of the same strike two pitch there. Just still behind.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Ibsen. He's got it, strike three. That's going to bounce away. It's going to be Ibsen who's going to get it over to first. He's going to airmail it into right field. Dirks is going to be heading for second as the throw into second is not in time. And a strikeout, drop third strike, has ended up with Emmett Dirks on second thanks to an airmail throw from Carson Ibsen. Probably just should have eaten that one there.
Probably, yeah. Looked maybe also a little miscommunication between Alex Small and Ibsen there, like who was going to get it, throw it to first.
Well, that one just bounced weirdly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's thanks to the turf field here. It's just going to bounce a little bit more. That one's going to be bunted. It's going to be Small. Small over to first. And it's going to bring Copeland off the bag. And the Titans are not answering the call here in the top of the 7th inning, as it's runners on first and second, nobody out, thanks to two poor defensive plays from the Titans so far.
Ibsen's going to have to do everything he can just to try and stop him from scoring another run, and the Dukes are going to have to do everything they can to try and score.
So what could have been 2 outs for the Titans here in the top of the 7th has turned into runners at the corners and nobody out, and Jackson Hollick coming to bat for the Dukes. He's gotten 2 walks on the day in the 1st and the 5th, but also struck out in the 3rd, and he's got a big opportunity to break this game, to tie this game open and possibly break this game open. Here's the first pitch from Ibsen. He shows bunt. Bunt is down. It's a good one, and it'll be foul. And the count will move to 0-1 against Jackson Hollick.
Smart play there by the Titans' first baseman, letting it roll foul instead of turning it into another run.
Definitely saw the plan there.
Mm-hmm.
So Hollick is going to take his time getting back in the box. Ibsen is ready on the mound whenever he steps back in. He's in there now. Ibsen comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch from the relief pitcher, Carson Ibsen. As Coffin will take off and take second on the play. Very smart play there from the Dukes with a runner on third. No throw from Small. As it's 0-2, the count now to Jackson Hollick. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Carson Ibsen. And he's going to take inside ball one. Almost hit Hollick there. 1-2 the count now to Jackson Hollick. Ibsen comes set. 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit to center field. This should get it done. And that's going to hit the gap. It's going to bring in 1. In comes Coffin. He's going to stop at third, and the Dukes have tied the ball game off a drop third strike error, bunt error, and now a single. And the Dukes have made the Titans pay here in the top of the 7th inning.
Big hit there by York. Needed that extra run to tie it up and push this game's either in extra innings or maybe win it.
So still nobody out here in the top of the 7th, and the Dukes are knocking at the Titans' door. As the infield's going to come in, trying to prevent that leading run as Ibsen comes set, and here's the first pitch. Shows bunt. Bunt is down but foul, and that's Carson Piper batting for the Dukes. And coming into this inning, Ibsen had set down all 5 batters. He'd faced 4 of them by strikeout, but now the Dukes have figured him out. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit to the second baseman. That one's through, but it'll hit number 4, Jackson Hollick. And Small's gonna confer with the umpire here, as number 2, Hayden Coffin, did come in to score. It will be 1 out, runner on first. And now here comes Coach Bartholomew out. They're gonna question whether Coffin is gonna score here, be allowed to score here. That's an unusual play. You don't really see runners get hit by their own.
Not too often, no.
So Coffin will definitely be out on a runner's interference. And so 1 run will score. So a runner is. So Piper singles. The runner on first in Hollick, he's out. He got hit by Piper. Piper's ground ball. Coffin, he will score. So that's for all of you keeping score at home, folks. It'll be a single runner's interference. Coffin, Hollick out. And runner on first and 1 out. He's got it. That's Trace Found over to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Dukes get 2. And heading into the bottom of the 7th, it's the York Dukes 3 who took the lead for the first time, and the Titans 2. So here we go in the bottom of the 7th after the York Dukes capitalized on some Titans miscues to score 2 runs, and now the Titans find themselves with their backs up against the wall. And the top of the lineup in Kyson Gana, Bryce Fountain, and Alex Small coming up to bat, and it's Jackson Rempel out to get the complete game.
See how the Titans respond here. after last inning, couple of errors, but they're at the top of the lineup, so.
Titans are going to look to avoid dropping their 3rd straight game. And definitely need this one heading into this weekend where they go to the Lincoln East tournament, one of the toughest tournament in the state of Nebraska. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off, and the count will move to 1-1 now against Kyson Gaina, who's 0 for 3 on the day with a ground out to the third baseman in the first, a line out to the third baseman in the second, and a fly out to the center fielder in the 5th. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Rempel. Swung on and fouled off as the count will move to 1-2 now here against Kyson Gaina.
See if Gaina can protect the plate here. Maybe put one in play.
Gaina's batting .278 on the years. Rempel delivers. Swung on. This could be a bloop single, and it'll be a fair ball down the line. Gaina's going to dig for second. The throw into second is not in time as that gets by the second baseman, but the left fielder will be there to cut it off. And Gaina's on with a leadoff double. Big hit there from Gaina. That one barely was fair. Not by.
Nice little pop up there. It almost hit the line, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was going to go foul with this wind that's pushing it over.
Yeah.
And that brings the plate the Cloud County Community College commit, Bryce Fountain, up to bat for the Titans. And this is the guy the Titans want up to bat. The senior, who's batting .369 on the year with 24 hits and 65 at-bats as he looks at strike one. He is 0 for 3 on the day with a fly out to the center fielder, a pop up to the catcher, and a ground out to the third baseman. 1-1 the count now to Bryce Fountain. As Rempel comes set, he delivers. He looks Gaina back to second as he'll step back on the mound and everybody resets. Big opportunity, big spot for the freshman pitcher. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Rempel. Fountain's gonna get a piece of it, but fouls it out of play. And the count's now 1-2 to Bryce Fountain, with Alex Small on deck for the Titans. Rempel steps back on the mound. He comes set. Now here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit to the gap. That one's hit hard. The center fielder is there, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Gaina wanted to tag there, but a good strong throw from DeMuth will keep him at second. And the Titans have one down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. As that brings to plate Alex Small, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a fly out to the second baseman in the 5th, a walk in the 1st, and a single in the 3rd. Small's batting .149 on the year, not the start you want to see, as he'll look at ball one. 1-0 with the count to Alex Small.
See if he can get something going for the Titans here.
And he'll look high, ball 2. 2-0 the count to Alex Small now. As Rempel's looking a long time at his pitching report scouting. I don't know what they call that nowadays. But he looked a long time of it. Now here's the 2-0 pitch. In there, strike one called at the knees. 2-1 the count now to Alex Small.
Looked like Small didn't really like that pitch, but it was close.
Definitely very close at the knees there. Small's gonna dig at this one. This one's gonna be popped up in the right fielder. Is gonna be drifting a little bit. He's got it. Gaina's gonna have to stop at second again. And now it's 2 outs. The Titans are down to their last out. They're gonna have to go with the sophomore Trace Fountain, who's gonna come up. Titans led off this inning with a leadoff double, but 2 flyouts, and Rempel is on the verge of getting the win here for the Dukes. Trace Fountain came to the game batting .265. Definitely looking to keep the game going longer. This one's ground to the third baseman. He's got it. Chases Gaina back over to first. And it pops out of the first baseman's glove. And the game will continue with Gaina going to third on the play. On the error by the first baseman. So it's now runners at the corners, and the sophomore Dominic Copeland coming in the big spot for the Titans. Copeland will swing at strike one. 0-1 the count to Dominic Copeland. He grounded out to the shortstop in the first, walked in the third, and singled in the sixth. Titans down to their last out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on a missed, strike two, and now they're down to their last strike as Copeland was recently called up. And it's a big spot for the new varsity member and sophomore, Dominic Copeland. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Copeland's going to look at strike three at the knees. And just like that, the Dukes have won the game after being down the whole game and getting 2 runs in the top of the 7th. And the Titans drop a real tough one here at home and lose their 3rd straight game.
Kind of a rough spot to be in. 3-2, bottom of the last inning, 2 runners on. It's kind of rough position to be in, but
you can definitely see the disheartening looks on the Titans. They just look defeated in all purposes.
yeah, kind of a tough game, few errors. Kind of caused York to score some runs and win this game.
Tough day for the Titans as they drop a real close one, 3-2. Thank you for listening to NSDV here this afternoon. I'm Mitchell Severson. Thank you, Owen, for joining me. And we'll see you next time. Titans have a home game.